Thank you, Crystal, for the kind and informative introduction and for inviting me to speak here today. The work you do on your website and video channels show dedication and organization as individuals and a group of whom I'm honored to be a part. Your mission statement mirrors my own, and I believe we can together move rapidly, taking greater steps, strides, and leaps toward a harmonious and beautiful future through the spirit of mindfulness and responsible technology usage. I'm honored and thrilled to join forces with you in this meeting and beyond, and to be in the company of those who have spoken here before me. I have to thank my dad, Paul Pantone, for dedicating his life to the betterment for the future generations of humanity, all creatures and nature in general, and for all the sacrifices he made in his life to create and perfect Geet, which I am here to present to you today. Last but not least, thank you to all the others who have aided in bringing Geet to the level of public awareness where it is today. Thank you to everyone in this meeting and everyone watching this video. Thank you all for being, in whatever way you can be, co-creators of our shared vision. I'm honored to be here to present to you the Geet fuel processor, invented by my father, Paul Pantone, in the early 1980s. Geet stands for Global Environmental Energy Technology. I believe Geet is the fastest and easiest way to end poverty and pollution, that there is not one technology that would be more beneficial to all life on Earth in this era of history than the Geet fuel processor. First, I'd like to briefly describe what the Geet fuel processor does, as well as some more advanced potential applications of Geet. Then I would like to suggest how we can strategize our approach to navigate through the research and development of all different types of equipment without needing millions of dollars up front. To begin to maximize our rate of progress, we only need funding proportional to the progress we've already made. We will only ever need as much funding as we can completely justify through demonstration. The Geet fuel processor is known to be directly adaptable to any existing piece of fuel burning equipment. Name it, from generators and furnaces to cargo ships and power plants. If it burns fuel, you can retrofit it with a Geet fuel processor. You can even produce excess fuel from smaller Geet retrofitted engines to power larger standard engines, reducing the amount of research and development needed to get all fuel burning equipment retrofitted with Geet and running far more efficiently and completely clean. Geet has been described as an onboard self-inducing plasma reactor. The Geet fuel processor creates what I understand to be like a miniature lightning storm. With power reclaimed from the engine, which would otherwise be wasted, it decomposes practically anything you can put into it, into a highly efficient, clean-burning fuel. From my understanding, the only things which cannot be used as a base for Geet fuel are synthetic oils and antifreeze. But anything else that you can vaporize or gasify can be put into the Geet fuel processor and changed by this lightning storm, aka the plasma reaction. This spectacle has been observed and reported to me by several researchers, and I hope to either personally recreate that again very soon or otherwise view and film it where it's already being done. Again, you can turn almost anything into fuel with Geet: plastics, septic fumes, waste oils, toxic waste, radioactive waste, all waste basically. One of the things you could call Geet is the ultimate waste disposal tool. Achieving zero pollution with Geet is actually very easy. In fact, my dad, on many pieces of equipment, had over 20% oxygen coming from the exhaust pipe. Many other Geet dealers and researchers have also achieved the full Geet reaction and have shared documentation with me of their results. One I can share with you now is licensed Geet dealer Dan Easton in the UK. His website is geetlife.weebly.com. You can go to his frequently asked questions page, click Geet vaporizing carburetor or plasma reactor, and that will take you to comprehensive text and videos regarding the carbon breakdown which you can expect to occur with a normal internal combustion engine, with Geet functioning as a vaporizer, and finally with Geet fully reacting. Over the course of decades, hundreds of novel scientific phenomena have been discovered with Geet. The implications and applications of Geet can benefit humanity in ways spanning far beyond those limited to fuel treatment. Much of the Geet class is dedicated to studying these phenomena and possibilities, as well as focusing on understanding the form and function of the Geet fuel processor. To inquire about Geet classes, buy the Book of Geet, and find more ways you can become involved with Geet, including research partnership opportunities, send an email to me at info@geetinternational.com or david@growindomes.com. You can also start learning more about Geet today by subscribing to the Tesla Tech YouTube channel and watching many of my dad's previous presentations and demonstrations of Geet. For many years, my dad taught thousands of people how Geet works and licensed researchers, dealers, manufacturers, and instructors. Geet also reached an enormous amount of people across the world with the free Geet plans he released in 1998, which allows everyone to retrofit a personal small engine with Geet. Turnkey generators, kits, parts, plans, and many other official and operable Geet retrofitted equipment and advanced Geet research equipment like the Geet Life rod reader have all been available through Geet dealers in the past. A combination of the general suppression of society and directly upon Geet dealers, or perhaps just the growing pains of humanity, have heavily contributed in the eventual inactivity of nearly all of them presently, except one active dealer in Canada and myself in California. A large number are simply waiting to be given equipment or plans to sell, or for enough resources to do research and development and/or produce the equipment themselves. I tried to mitigate the issues several years ago with a grassroots network I attempted to organize called Geet Club, to see that the progress made with Geet would accumulate rather than dissipate. But I didn't have the financial backing at the time to see it through, as it requires full-time dedication to work. Over the course of months, I became financially upside down, with having received a total of 0 donations in response to several newsletters I sent out to thousands of recipients about Geet Club. I believe most of you will identify with me when I say, some people are beyond dedicated in heart and soul to disclosing means of universal peace and wealth. We are prepared to give our lives to ensure this legacy. Part of making that work is living a long, healthy life. I had to put a hold on Geet Club until I was able to survive what it would cost me to launch it successfully. I began building geodesic domes for funding, as well as a way to share means of immediate prosperity with everyone I work with. And it got me here. I've been able to secure a stable living space and work area, and at this point I'm able to afford to do some personal Geet research and development at a very moderate pace. But Geet is due millions of hours of research and development. My goal is to facilitate that by sending additional support to researchers, and I would like to put full time into Geet to do so. I will organize any kind of fundraising I can to strategically and non-disruptively bring more and more Geet products into availability. I want to start to keep our web pages, social media pages, and mailing lists up to date with upcoming classes both online and on location all around the world, available Geet products, and all other Geet news. I'm personally working with occasional help from friends on retrofitting a 4,000 peak watt generator. We have not been able to put a lot of time into it yet, but it's moving forward, and with a little more public awareness and support, our progress will accelerate. One highest purpose of this project is to supply all Geet dealers with a new set of plans and piece of equipment ready for sales. I wish to incentivize all licensed and experimental Geet researchers to be as open as possible with their progress, to ensure that that progress isn't lost in the future. Giving out the new set of free Geet plans will make Geet immediately accessible to millions of more people and provide licensed Geet dealers and instructors new jobs like instructing students, training mechanics, manufacturing parts, selling parts and kits and fully retrofitted Geet generators, and giving technical support. It will provide them the regularity of funding to carry out their duties, as well as pursue further research and development in coordination with all others through Geet International Institute. I would like to meet as many people as possible who have had experiences with Geet and my dad, especially those with experience seeing and or operating Geet retrofitted equipment, to document interviews and or Geet demonstrations. I know there is much they can all contribute to our research, as well as preserving the experiences they have had in documentary form. If I am speaking of you, I implore you to reach out to me. Let's distill and manifest the golden information you have to share with the world. One gentleman who purchased a building in Texas found an abandoned Geet retrofitted engine in great condition. It has original documents, including some handwritten by my dad. He is asking $1,500 or barter of collectible items. With your involvement, we can collect that Geet retrofitted engine for future studies and showings, and continue to gather more lost or hidden Geet equipment and data from all around the world. Again, if you have anything to contribute to that, or would like to otherwise help with any of the endeavors I've mentioned, please contact me and let me know. Another immediate purchase we hope to make is a portable gas analyzer, which runs about $3,000. Including those things and some more essential tools, I think we can get through the first phase of our generator project with only about $10,000, give or take. At that point, I think we can have this generator ready, or at least mostly ready, for the free plans and other various forms of distribution. Again, to get involved with any of that, please contact me via email. My main focus is trying to make it easier for people to understand Geet and to get involved with Geet. I think we have an obstacle or two between us and utopia other than your endless variety of men in black. I feel focusing on a few things is probably necessary in order to take effective steps to improve the things we are able to improve. If you agree, I hope to hear from you and work with you very soon.